We would now like to start the Industrial Products Business Unit, the business strategy session. The explanation will be provided by Masakazu Aoki, Executive Vice President and Executive Officer, CEO of Industrial Products Business Unit. Mr. Aoki, please.
Thank you very much. This is Aoki. I will talk about Industrial Products Business Unit business strategy. Industrial Products Business Unit and Hitachi Industrial Equipment Systems will be explained together, as I did last year. First, business overview and review of fiscal year 2016. We have machinery, drive automation, and power substation and distribution business fields. Industrial Products Business Unit and Hitachi Industrial Equipment Systems collaborate and operate this in an integrated fashion. The natural resources, life securities, backbone industries, and social infrastructure. For these markets, we are establishing the strong product business in order to meet broad industrial needs in these markets. Next, this is the positioning within Hitachi Group. Front product collaboration. We are expanding industrial business through collaboration between products and front divisions. Our Industrial Products Business Unit and Hitachi Industrial Equipment Systems, we try to provide value through products. Now, Service and Platform Business Unit collaborate with us. Power Energy, Industry Distribution Water. The Front Business Unit is used and provide digital solutions through strong products. Next, our BU's positioning within the Hitachi Group. This is a different diagram from the previous page. Our business unit has the products used in frontline systems such as customers' plants, air compressors, and marking device, which is in charge of traceability and process line, drive type products are in the connected equipment category, and we also have operation technology. In addition, in our business unit, we have the industrial, telecommunications, and control technology products. So this is the characteristics and strength of our business unit. Utilizing these products, we utilize the connecting equipment and convert this to connected equipment and change this to the connected product world. So that is the mission of our business unit. Lumada platform was explained earlier. Digital data. We will connect this to Lumada platform, and using this platform products as a basis, we will provide digital solutions. So that is our task. Now, fiscal year 2016 review. On the upper left, this is the revenue. Fiscal year 2015 revenues in mass-produced and built-to-order products was 372.3 billion yen. In fiscal year 2016, the previous forecast was 350 billion, but result was 344.4 billion, so we almost achieved the target. Adjusted operating income ratio, fiscal year 2015 was 2.1%. Fiscal year 2016, previous forecast was 4%, but the result was 4.6%. So we met our target. Fiscal year 2016 results, achievements are summarized here. In the mass production, we increased revenues and adjusted operating income by launching new products. As mentioned earlier, we launched businesses for IoT-compatible products. The challenges, issues are strengthening and expanding global businesses. In the built-to-order production, we improved profitability due to promotion of structural reform, and we strengthened the sales forces of products with dedicated staffs. For the built-to-order production, we will increase orders received by focusing on steady industries. The recurring type business, as you see on the footnote, I'm sorry for the small letters, it is business with after sales and reliable replacement market, such as replacement parts market. This is what we call recurring businesses. And I started using this word from last year. Next is our business strategy. Target markets and the environment is summarized here. The businesses that can expect growth, the regions and the industries that can expect growth is our focus. Now, steady growth can be expected in the air compressors, marking systems, drive and automation, and the industries. Customer segment, where we can expect steady growth in the medium to long term, is automobile, food and chemicals, and pharmaceuticals, electronic components, and machine tools and conveyance. We can expect steady growth going forward. Now, the trends in the target markets. One is IoT, development of IoT. Air compressors and marking systems, these are recurring businesses, the maintenance and service, revolution, market expansion can be expected through the development of IoT. In drive automation, IoT will pave the way for the optimized production of the customers. So we see a big trend here. Next is our vision. Our basic vision, basic policy is accelerating global growth strategy of recurring businesses. And we will strengthen businesses to IoT market, expand products, business, and service business. We will concentrate our resource and conduct strategic investment in growing businesses. In our business unit, the priority businesses are the 5 that are listed here. Air compressors, marking systems, these recurring businesses will be growth engines. So we will accelerate global expansion. Drive and automation, we will switch to high value-added sectors and target edge computing. So we will accelerate the global expansion of the priority businesses. Next, let me talk about the business mix. Basic policy is accelerating growth by combining organic growth and alliances. I mentioned priority businesses earlier. This is the sales expansion plan of the priority business. In fiscal year 2016, the 4 business accounted for 57% of total. In fiscal year 2018, we want this to increase to 67%. Now, sales by region. In fiscal year 2016, our share of overseas revenues is 25%. By fiscal year 2018, we want to increase this to 32%. recurring business. The marking systems and air compressors will be our focused intensive investment areas. Now, let me explain more on the recurring business. Air compressors and marking systems, these recurring businesses, there's a wide range of customers in various industrial fields. And maintenance and service, these aftermarket is large. After-sales market is large. And therefore, there's a low fluctuation of demand in response to economic environment, and there's a great chance of digital innovation in the after-sales market. Now, our target position. This chart was used in last year's IR meeting for air compressors and marking systems. As I explained last year, we have been developing our business, as shown here. We acquire customers, sales network, and develop and strengthen the industrial digital solution business based on products. Now, I will use a few slides from here to talk about air compressor business. On April 25th, we announced Sull Air, the U.S. company's acquisition, and our full-scale entry into the North American market. So let me add some more comments on this point. Sull Air was established in 1965. It is a North American company specialized in air compressors. They are headquartered in Chicago, and their manufacturing plants are in Michigan City, state of Indiana, and in Shenzhen and Suzhou in China. They also have manufacturing plants. Their revenues in fiscal year 2016 is 43.2 billion yen, and fiscal year 2017 forecast is 45.8 billion yen. They do business based on network, so the number of distributors in North America is around 200 companies and around 50 in China. They have a very strong network.
Now, please refer to this chart. This is looking at the North American distribution network of Sull Air. There are 200 sales distribution office, and therefore they have a very strong network in terms of distribution. In terms of end users, there are 4,000 end users, mainly in North America. Please look at the pie chart on the right-hand side. This is looking at the revenues by regions for Hitachi. It shows where we are doing business. It's centering on Japan and also developing businesses in Asia, other Asian countries. In addition to this, we will have Sull Air, where they have a very strong market in the Americas. In addition, they have presence in China as well as Australia. Therefore, there is hardly any overlap with the Hitachi business. Therefore, we can complement each other in terms of coverage of the markets between Hitachi and Sull Air. So there is advantages in terms of sales, distribution, as well as coverage of regions. In addition, Sull Air is very strong in terms of construction, mining, chemicals, as well as food, in terms of industries. On the other hand, Hitachi is very strong in terms of automotive, food, pharmaceuticals, and electronics. So again, there is no overlap in terms of the strength in industries. In terms of products and systems, Sull Air has mainly the large stationary and portable compressors, which are engine-driven. On the other hand, for Hitachi, we have oil-free that is not available at Sull Air, and inverter compressors, as well as reciprocal compressors is also a product that we have. Therefore, there is a significant synergies that can be brought to bear with Sull Air. Now, therefore, as a result of this, for fiscal year 2018, target revenues for air compressor business will be over 100 billion yen. That will be our target. Next, we'd like to talk about the digital services provided by Seoul Air in North America. On the part of Seoul Air, they are also focused on IoT. Left-hand side, you can see remote monitoring is provided. It is called Airlinks on the part of Seoul Air. Usually, air compressors are purchased by customers, but we are also providing a compressed air supply business as a service. This has already been initiated. This is one of the customers for Seoul Air, which is the Dole Chemical Pentland plant. Seoul Air supplies dry compressed air to the entire plant as a turnkey contractor. This business has already been initiated. And we will be supporting this with Lumada, Apply Lumada. And by so doing, integration with Hitachi's industrial digital solutions will be enabled to promote the digitalization and sophistication of the business. And also, we can increase the number of customers that we cover, creating a competitive edge in the markets of North America and China. In terms of the next step, I would like to talk about the wide coverage of industries and the fact that they have a significant number of major customers, as you can see here. These are Seoul Air's customers in North America. First of all, we can bring to bear synergies in terms of air compressors. So we will be leveraging each other's products. And also industrial products of Hitachi can be provided to the seller customers. So on a product basis, revenues and profit can be generated further. By so doing, at the same time, Lumada IoT platform can be utilized as well. Therefore, industrial digital solutions can be provided. The digitalization options for everything from on-site machinery and services to solutions can be offered to our customers. This will be our gateway to the North America market. The acquisition amount was covered in the news release. It was $1,245 million. We made the acquisition through very thorough due diligence as well as negotiation with the other party. As already mentioned, the air compressor as well as industrial products of Hitachi can bring to bear synergies, and digital business can be further developed. Therefore, it is a very significant and important acquisition for Hitachi. And I can, if I have time later, I can further elaborate on the advantages. Next, I would like to move on to talk about the marking system business, which is also a recurring business following the air compressor. Let me give you further details. We have very significant strength in terms of inkjet, but total marking business, inclusive of laser markers and testing equipment, will be established. The product expand the business domain by transforming product portfolio and also creating new customers by launching new products and marketing through Salia's sales network. Custom ink development and assortment will be expanded, and inspection products will be testing equipment will be improved, and by so doing, we would like to catch up to the top 3 globally. Currently, the overseas sales is 63%, but by 2018, we are aspiring to increase the ratio to 70%. Next, I would like to talk about the stepping up to IoT market from the point of view of product. We creating value for customers by integrating OT and IT will be our first and foremost strategy. Left-hand side is the drive products. new technologies have been applied in this product, which is shown as an example. This is called the amorphous motor. For the core, amorphous alloy has been adopted, and very specialized gap technology is introduced. It's a world highest level efficiency. Current specifications is IE3, but this is supporting IE5, skipping IE4. It is also thin and flat structure. Now, first application will be for the amorphous motor integrated scroll air compressor. That will be the first application. It has energy saving improvement. The compressor as well as motor are high quality, and it is ultra miniaturization of 37%. So compared to the conventional, the size is 37%. It is epoch-making in terms of the miniaturization of a product of this kind. Furthermore, these products will support IoT. Right-hand side is IoT controller. This will be compatible to the edge computing. And the upper layer controller that realizes IoT solution in terms of open and real time. So it's upper layer controller to realize IoT solution. Lumada, a digital solution, will have this as a key component. That is how we would like to nurture this controller. Next, I would like to talk about the service aspect in terms of stepping up the IoT market. The left-hand side is the M2M telecommunication compatible. It will be a package type maintenance service utilizing the cloud remote monitoring service. From October 2016, it has already been operating as an optional service. The image is shown here. We will be utilizing the Hitachi private cloud, and it will also support the Korea closed network. And all devices can be connected in a secure environment. So the option period has ended, and from October, this will be introduced to all air compressors. Therefore, it means that in accelerated manner, data will be provided to Lumada. This will be the first of its kind in the world. By so doing, we can have the proactive diagnosis as well as preventive maintenance. It will give flexibility for the maintenance on the part of customers, and life cycle support will be enabled. In terms of the next step, as shown in the Seoul Air example, a new business model will be developed by providing compressed air supply business as a service. This platform can be utilized for this as a service business as well. Strengthening the cash generation capabilities and cost strategy. First of all, SG&A. Both the mass production and build-to-order production will be focused on reducing fixed cost. In terms of ratio, there is a slight deterioration, but in 2016 we have improved over the plan. For 2017, the build-to-order production ratio will go down in terms of revenue. There will be deterioration, but toward 2018 we shall recover. In terms of gross margin, for mass production and build-to-order production, we will reduce the direct material cost. And when we introduce new products, we will make sure that the gross margins will be established at a high level. By 2016, improvement of 3.2%. And for 2016, and make further improvements in terms of gross profit margin for 2017 and 2018. In terms of cash generation, we will bring to bear synergies with Seoul Air. That will be our important focus in terms of cash creation. Let me move on to talk about the results and forecast. Upper half is the revenues. 2015, the revenues was 372.3 billion. From here, there was foreign exchange impact, deterioration of conditions on the resource markets. And as a result, 2016 results was 344.4 billion. Toward the fiscal year 2017, there will be further foreign exchange impact and delay in terms of recovery of the resource market. Furthermore, on a positive end, it will be expanding global operations, and the effects of acquisition of Seoul will be manifest, reaching 360 billion in 2017. 2018 will be expanding energy saving, upgrading operations globally, as well as the effects of acquisition of Seoul Air, bringing us to revenues of 420 billion according to the forecast. Adjusted operating income 2015 was 7.7 billion. That is where we started. There was a significant decline in sales. Loss cost reduction and cost reduction were implemented thoroughly, and we have recovered the profit to 15.7 billion in 2016. Toward the fiscal year 2017, there are negative factors. However, we'll further reduce cost and effects of acquisition of Seoul Air will mean that we can achieve 19.5 billion. We will accelerate this further to aim for 34 billion in fiscal year 2018. A graphical representation is shown here. I will not explain this, but toward the fiscal year 2018, we'll aim for 8%. We hope that we can catch up to a higher level. 32% is the overseas ratio for fiscal year 2018. Now, my summary. Toward fiscal year 2018, we will accelerate the global growth strategy of recurring businesses and strengthen the business to IoT market and expand products and service businesses, resource concentration, and strategic investment in growing businesses. That is all. Thank you.
Now we would like to do a Q&A session. The questions will be responded by Mr. Aoki, and the CSO of Industrial Products Business Unit and President and Director of Hitachi Industrial Equipment Systems, Araya Yutaka, and CFO of Industrial Products Business Unit, Senior Vice President and Director, and Group Executive of Business Administration and Planning Group of Hitachi Industrial Equipment Systems, Kimiaki Inaba. Please state your name and affiliation before you ask your questions, please. Question. I have 3 questions. First is on profitability. Priority businesses and other businesses' profitability, how are they different? That's my first question. So as your priority business will grow, how will your profitability grow going forward? Answer. Let me go one by one. I identified the priority businesses. The overall average will be, well, digital is a bit difficult, but Hitachi Limited, Hitachi Group, total, the profitability will be a little higher than the overall average. And the recurring business, I think I talked about this last year, but it will be higher than the double-digit profitability. Now, the non-priority businesses, the main part, as President Higashihara says, we must achieve 5%. So there's a big part that will be 5%. But the resources type business where the profitability is deteriorating, we have to work harder. Question. My second question is on resources business. The sales exposure of the resource business is how big? What is the percentage? Answer. For fiscal year 2016, around 10%. Question. You announced the acquisition of Sol Air. What is the amount and the content of the synergy and the timeline, please? Answer. The amount of synergy on sales basis so if I talk about the next 5 years, 20% of their revenue will be in combination with our business. Timeline, we will do cross-sell and cross-selling and combination of the products and technologies. In fiscal year 2018, we will realize the part that we can realize quickly. I cannot mention the closing time very clearly. So that's all I can say for now. Question. So 20% of the 50 billion will be synergy. Sol Air's OP margin is around 10%. So the synergy profit will be around that level? Answer. It will be higher. We aim for higher operating profit margin than the mass production operating profit margin. In the news release, the numbers were hard to understand, so let me add some comments. EBITDA basis is higher. It has higher EBITDA. PPA is coming now in the future, so including depreciation, operating profit margin will reach 10%. That is our projection.
Further questions? Question. Regarding Sol Air, I have 3 questions. Now, there are 890 employees. What is the breakdown? Workers and engineers, sales. Please give me the breakdown. In terms of revenues, for the period just ended, was 43.2 billion. Air compressors and marking system. What is the breakdown between the two? On top of that, according to disclosure materials, 2 years ago, from 55 billion to 43 billion is the recent term. So it seems that the revenues are declining significantly. Why is that the case? And is it the compressors or the marking system? Please give me the breakdown. According to the disclosure materials, I would just want to clarify the facts first. Answer. Regarding the employees breakdown, it isn't as if I have a clear-cut figure, but I think 20% are engineers. And sales is around 50% strong. Others, administrative, as well as direct laborers, are the rest of the workforce. The engineering team are comparable to ours. In terms of the numbers, regarding we made an acquisition in the downtrend. Therefore, that is the reason why you are concerned, I believe. And we have been closely engaged to understand the substance and then came to the conclusion to acquire the company. For one, their main product, engine-driven or portable compressors, or even prior to that, I have to mention that this is a dedicated company for air compressors for the marking business. They only started this business after they came into our group. 1/3 is the marking coding. 1/3 are required. And we feel that the marking system can be sold to this customer group. And therefore, this is for the future. It isn't as if they have marking business today. That's the point I'm trying to emphasize. They are dedicated air compressor maker. Now, engine-driven, used for mining as well as construction site compressor is the main products for them, accounting for a large portion of their revenues. For similar for construction equipment, diesel engine regulations, emissions regulations have kicked in, and prior to 2016, there was a surge in demand before the regulation was tightened. So there was backlash in fiscal 2016. From fiscal 2017, all the manufacturers had to comply with the new regulations. So it's reverted back to normal level. And construction mining, in terms of trend, is on a declining trend. And from 2012, the company was acquired under PE. And for if we look back, there was revenues of 70 billion yen. At that time, it was making significant profits. That was 5 years back. This is not closed yet, so I cannot give you details. But there have been various issues in the meantime. But with the Hitachi's technology, Hitachi's management, we believe that the recovery can be made because they have base strength as well as the network. That is the reason why we have come to the conclusion to acquire. Question? What is the direct sales ratio of the revenues? Answer. I believe 15% is direct sales. So mostly it is through distributors. Now question. For Sal Air, for the American market, what is the competitive landscape, their share as well as strength against the peers? What is their specific share and who are the competitors? For North America, I would like you to talk about the positioning in the North American market. I don't have a clear-cut share number, but in the U.S. market, I believe the company is positioned at number 3 or number 4 in the industry. Question. You said that the total size of the market is 750 billion, and you have 40 billion or 50 billion, so that's about 5% plus. Now, 750 billion, and if we look at the 50 billion of Sal Air, is that a correct understanding? Answer, yes. Globally, we want to achieve a double-digit share. Question, what is the share of number 1? They are very big. Answer, very big. Well, I think you can check very easily. I cannot give you a clear-cut answer. Question, in terms of performance, there is overlap with the previous question, but let me ask. You said that 400 million is the impact of acquisition, and next there will also be impact next term as well. And it seems that on page 21, 4.6 billion for next term. You hinted to this. Does this include the amortization of intangible assets? It's included. Answer, included. So when they came within our group, when they come into our group, according to the assumed allocation, it is based on the operating profit that we are forecasting. So if it's 30 billion in terms of enterprise value, 60 billion is the goodwill. So intangible asset is 40 to 50 billion. So divided by 10. So that means that the margin will have to be 20% or so net of amortization. Is that correct? Or it can be EBIT or whatever, or cash base. Answer: yes. On a cash basis, it should be very high. We'll have to make allocations going forward. I can't give you a clear-cut answer now. But it is a recurring business, and it will have a certain position, and we do feel there will be value in the company. The time has come to bring the session to a close. With this, we would like to bring the explanation of this session to a close. Thank you.